All right, welcome into Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning us in here today. Let's get to the markets. This is the halfway point, right? Marlon's giving me the baton. I'll take it from here. Let's start with Chicago corn. The corn market in Chicago is going to be just a tad better. We're about a penny higher in the March. 480.5 is last there, right? So that's, well, we'll take it, I guess. But this market's not been doing anything. Look at the deferreds, just up one tick on the day. So 480.5 is last, and that's March corn. Fed about a 5 cent, not even a 5 cent range, just under. We're a penny higher on the day, and now we've got that July market sharply unchanged. So nothing's going on in corn. We can move along, nothing to see here. How about soybeans? Well, they're a little bit better. We're going to start with a Jan up 4.25 cents to 13.11 3/4. Well off the highs by about 7.5 cents, but also well off the lows by about 7.5 to 8 cents. So we're right smack dab in the middle of that range. 4.75 cents better now, 13.12 1/4, and we've had about a 15-cent range right in the middle of it. Okay, from soybeans we move to wheat. What is that having for us? That's the Chicago wheat market. That's up 6 in the March contract. 6.11 1/4 is last. 5 cents off the lows, 8 cents off the highs. That gives you an idea where we sit. Nothing going on. 6 cents higher, right in the middle of the range. 5.25 cents higher in the May. That's 6.21 3/4 right behind it. That's Chicago wheat. Let's travel over to Kansas City. 1.5 cents higher in Kansas City hard red. That's March. 633.5 is last. We've had an okay range of about 13 cents over there. We're 1.5 cents better again at 633.5. That's March hard red wheat in Kansas City. From Kansas City, we go to Minneapolis. Minneapolis is up just a penny. 714.5 is last, and that's the March contract. We're 3/4 of a cent off the low of the day there, and about 10 cents off the high. So although we're a penny better on the day, it's acting pretty weak. That's spring wheat, Minneapolis up a penny to 714.5, and that March contract. All right, let's go to cotton. We'll get to our guest analyst in a sec. March cotton down 11 points, 81.07. 2 points off the low of the day, and we're 120 points off the high. So that's also trading weak. Now we're on the low. 13 points lower, 81.05 on the low. That's cotton March. All right, let's bring in our next guest analyst. That's going to be Nick Paumen. He's with CHS, and he's in Inver Grove Heights, I believe. Yeah, there he is. All right, Nick, what do you got for us?
Good morning. Well, like you said, today's a little bit quieter of a day. Volatility this week was pretty strong, pretty big price swings in all three commodities. Today is a little bit more subdued. Export sales this morning, the big talking point is the big wheat number, which was pretty well expected with the recent Chinese interest at almost 1.5 million tons. Everything else, nothing really special there. I guess corn was up at a decent number. Another flash sale of beans this morning, 400,000 tons unknown. We've had one of those every day this week, I guess, a flash sale of beans. This was by far the biggest for the week. So, but pretty quiet day on the future side.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me that a lot of the action is going to be in the other outside markets after yesterday's Fed dot plot graph. And so maybe we'll be, the beneficiary. I don't know. We've definitely got a weaker dollar because of it. And hopefully that helps with some of the exports you just mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing that may help on that front. And of course, we're watching the ongoing crop down in South America and seeing how things develop there and what competition is going to look like come February, March for beans, and then the summertime for corn exports. Of course, Argentina's got a crop that's looking pretty good this year. Conditions are very good for them, so that's going to be some competition on the export side of things. So we'll take every bit of help that we can get here.
Are you in the camp that's concerned about this corn market maybe trading even a little bit more lower because obviously we've got a big carryout actually, but you got Dees corn up over, or Dees 24 corn up over $5 still, and there's been a few folks we've had on air saying that maybe you want to start maybe laying off a little bit of risk, at least some of your input prices at that level, because this could actually trade a little lower. Are you in that camp?
Yeah, absolutely. This week I a chart from our own research department that pointed out the carryout versus price, and you start looking at where we're at right now and then into next year, and yeah, it definitely doesn't support prices above $5 historically speaking. So it's definitely something we're telling folks. I'm telling folks to be looking at and getting some contracts made, and at least to start get something done.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Even if you do, lighten your load a little bit, that doesn't mean you can't own options or anything like that to benefit from any sort of rally in the future. And I think that's always been difficult. We have a farm, and I know that folks it's hard to sell something you haven't put in the ground yet. I get that, but that's why the futures market's there, so you can, right? And so that's
absolutely
that's the name of the game. And then the beans. Are we going to still go back and forth with the weather there for a little bit here until it kind of settles down? Is that what you're thinking there?
Yeah, it seems like it. Right now the forecasts in Brazil look fairly dry for the next 5-6 days, and then a little bit more rain in the deferred forecast. So, it's such a big area down there that there's definitely dry areas that have been hurt, but there's good areas too, and just the size of the regions, how big of an area they grow in. A lot of different weather patterns can hit different areas. So we'll keep watching that and see how the market reacts, and that's what we've been reacting to the last few weeks, especially.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. Nick Paumen, he's with CHS up in Inver Grove Heights. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more livestock, actually with me, after this.